The world of miniature videography is filled with interesting challenges, whether that's keeping the model in focus, in frame, or just not putting your stupid head in front of the camera. Trust me, anyone who has tried to film miniature painting has done all of these mistakes. The hunt for clean and crisp footage is not an easy one. So when BenQ reached out to me with an all-in-one webcam solution and asked me for an honest review, I was pretty intrigued because this webcam has some pretty interesting features that could be really nice for miniature painters. But there are some drawbacks as well. So let's get into it. The BenQ Ideacam S1 boasts of an 8 megapixel Sony CMOS image lens, and it shoots still images at almost 4K. It comes with a 15x macro lens, smart technology that registers the cam's orientation and flips the image accordingly, an AI noise cancelling microphone, and lastly a very nice remote controller. And right out of the gate, this product feels extremely premium. The quality of the materials is very good. This remote controller especially feels very nice. And when you click this button, it makes sure that you're subscribed to my YouTube channel where I have tons of cool miniature painting videos. So make sure you do that. The image quality of the webcam I found to be overall very nice, especially for portraits. It's certainly much better than my old Logitech webcam. It also has a nicer base on the screen that doesn't cut so much into the display of my monitor, which is a really nice touch. For taking still photos, the BenQ webcam is really nothing special. It probably compares to your smartphone that you already have. Overall, the webcam does well for its size and its ease of use, and we can't really expect a webcam to be able to compete with an actual DSLR camera. And so this kind of begs the question, where does this webcam fit into a miniature videographer setup? Its wide angle is not super useful for filming or taking pictures of miniatures, and the quality understandably really can't compete with a DSLR. But for me, I found that the BenQ Ideacam really fits in as a nice face cam or can be used as a palette cam. I could also see that the microphone in the camera could be used for streamers looking for a cheap and easy setup. But again, there are much better standalone products for recording audio. And this is the sound of the BenQ mic. As you can hear, there's quite a difference in the audio quality, but it also has to do with the distance between the microphone and the source of the sound. I will say that the noise cancelling works very well. And in my experience, the microphone is able to distinguish between background music and my voice very easily. Okay, so those are some of the positives. Let's talk about some of the shortcomings. I really wish that the remote, especially the zoom function, would work with OBS, or really just work with any other software than BenQ's own Inspire software. See, if you want to fully unlock the potential of the Ideacam S1, you'll have to download the Inspire software, update the camera's firmware, but you'd then be confined to only use the Ideacam in Inspire's software. This means that you can't add a DSLR or any other cameras into this software where you can use the remote. So basically, if you want full access to the Ideacam's features, you'll have to use only this camera, which might not be a big problem for some people. If you're just starting out or if you're looking for a very cheap way to set up a streaming setup, this potentially could work. But honestly, for me, it made most of these features kind of irrelevant. So I'm really hoping for some sort of software solution to this issue where the full functions of the camera can be integrated into OBS or similar software. The 15x macro lens is pretty cool, but not really useful for filming miniatures. It can show some extreme close-ups on flat surfaces, but not really on 3D surfaces. So if you want to print out some pictures and do some studies of your favorite artist's works on print, the camera does that very well. But I have a sneaking suspicion that you'll learn much more about the texture of the paper than the actual painting. And lastly, I wish that the USB cable was just a little bit longer. It's 1.5 meters, which is okay, but I really wish it was 2 or 3 meters. But then again, I also have a lot of cables to manage and a very tall desk, so maybe that's just me. Overall, I think that the webcam is pretty good. It's really great quality and the image quality is really nice. But I think that it's such a shame that most of the features of this camera that makes it cool are locked into BenQ's own software. And for me, this is without a doubt the biggest drawback to the Ideacam S1 Pro. If you think, however, that this webcam is something that you've liked, I've included an Amazon affiliate link down in the description. If you decide to buy the camera through that link, I'll get a small kickback at no extra cost to you. There's also a link to a Patreon where I have tons of exclusive content that the YouTube audience is never going to see. I hope that you've liked this video and thank you for watching till the end, and happy painting, filming, or whatever it is you want to do.